Hello, this is my final project, Persona Compendium. In this website, you can sort through all the playable personas in Persona 3 Reload based on their reaction to taking certain types of damage. For example, the certain types of damage are down here in the ovals. There's the physical damage, which is slash, strike, and pierce, and the elemental damage, which is fire, ice, electricity, wind, light, and dark. And how you would sort through these different types is with the buttons below them, these symbols here, and each symbol corresponds to a certain type of reaction. For example, the default is the question mark, which is unknown, so it could be any type. And if you click them, it goes to the next type. For example, the next type here is weak, where they will take increased damage, and then the shield is resist, where it will take less damage from that type of element. And then this symbol is reflect, where it will reflect the damage back on its attacker. And then absorb, where it will absorb the damage and heal itself. And then nullify, where it won't take any damage from that element. And then it goes back to the question mark. And so if you want, like, for example, if you want to, like, look up all the personas that are weak to the fire element, you can come to the fire element here, and you can click the button once to switch it to the weak attribute, and then if you press the search button, it will show all the personas that are weak to fire. And for each section, it just has the name and then the picture, and you might want to like learn more about that specific persona. For example, like Jack Frost, you can click on it and it will open the details page for that specific persona, where it will have the name of the persona and then a larger picture, and then the in-game description of that persona, the arcana of the persona, which I think there's 22 of them. They're not too important to know all of them, but this one is the Magician, and it has the picture of the arcana, which is basically, what are they called? You know, the card things. I forget what they're called. Tarot cards. Yes, they're tarot cards. They're based off of that. And then the most important part is the breakdown of the reactions to the elements. So, like we searched up, this persona is weak to fire, but you can also find out that it nullifies ice. And the rest of them don't have any elements attached to them, so the rest of them will just be normal amounts of damage. And then you can go back here, and there's a few different ways to search again. For example, you could just enter another thing, or switch this one, and press search again, and it will reload everything with the new personas. But an easier way, especially if you have, for example, a whole bunch of stuff on here and you don't want to like re-click everything to get it exactly how you want, you can just press the handy reset button and it will reset everything back to default, and there'll be no personas down here, and you can make a new search. And so how it works is all the buttons here have attributes attached to them, where when you press search, it will enter those into a big list, and then it will sort through that bigger list into smaller lists of the reactions. So like a weakness list, a resist list, a nullify list. For example, if you press search now, it will sort the electricity into the weakness list, and everything else will be in the unknown list. And then it compares those lists to each of the personas in the JSON file, which have similar lists, and if they match, it will show them on the sections, and if they don't match, it'll just throw them away, forget about them, doesn't matter. And for the details page, how that works is it basically locally stores the information in the JSON file about the last persona you clicked. So like the last one we clicked was Jack Frost, and then it will open them up in the HTML file, the details HTML file, and it will display all of this with like CSS and stuff. So there's a few things about the details page. Since it only stores the last one you clicked, if you like click a different one, you can technically have two open at the same time. So there's this one and then the Jack Frost, but if you reload the Jack Frost one, it will just automatically update with the last one you clicked, so it's gone. And then also if you open the details page without anything last clicked, it won't show much of anything because it won't work. But it seemed like an easier way to do it, instead of making individual pages for all 230-ish personas. Yeah. And if no personas fit your criteria, so if you do like everything weak, none of the personas should fit that. It will just tell you that none of them fit. Yeah. And there's the nav bar up here, which is the home page, which is this page, and then the about page, which is just my documentation, the YouTube video, and then my GitHub files, and then more of like the about and the instructions, which hopefully would make the website make more sense for people that don't know much about the Persona games, and if they didn't watch this video either. Yeah. I believe that should be everything. Yeah, that's my final project. I hope you liked it. Took a while. Thank you.